Welcome to the Africa Tech segment. The development of mobile communication in Africa has been creating opportunities that is changing the landscape of the continent as it has enabled its population to do business in a secure and efficient way. In 2014, mobile technology made up 5.4% of GDP in sub-Saharan Africa. Consulting firm McKinsey estimates this could grow to even greater levels with predictions of a 10% share by 2025. Meanwhile, the second wave of the digital revolution currently taking place in sub-Saharan Africa is seeing the rise of Internet of Things, with a growing adoption of mobile technology and the infrastructure which goes with it. IoT applications are now being implemented across the continent. Now, joining us to further discuss this is the MD CEO of Limitless Technologies, Jesuefe Okagbare. You're welcome to the program. Now, briefly explain to us what IoT is all about.
Okay, so IoT is, just give me a second there. IoT is basically a concept that says, that has sensors, communication devices, and little microprocessors, sometimes an actuator embedded in your everyday device. So you would say, what are things? Things could be your handbag, your shoe, your car, your refrigerator at home, basically anything. And these sensors are placed in those items, in those devices, in those, everyday items to gather certain information, help you make certain decisions, often without any human intervention. So in layman terms, that's basically what Internet of Things is all about. Devices communicating together, exchanging information, and making decisions without any human intervention. Yeah.
So tell us some areas where IoT is rapidly gaining ground at the moment, and what could be responsible for that growth?
Okay, particularly there are two areas. First of all, I'll talk about the healthcare industry, and that's because people are already using this device. They come in different forms. They come in different formats. A lot of people now, you see them wearing smartwatches, smart devices, some fitness trackers, they call them, Fitbit, Apple Watches, and the rest. And these devices actually have more potential to do a lot more than they actually, being used for. For example, you just imagine someone who naturally has a history of high blood pressure, and the person could be sleeping at home, and then he gets a knock on the door in the morning, and just outside his door, there's an ambulance waiting, and he's shocked. But unknowing to him, the device or the smart tech he had wearing on his hand all through the night communicated to the hospital that there was a pending heart attack or something that was about to happen. So that's one area, because people are already using these devices. People are becoming really health conscious, and that's actually giving room for a lot of application developers to become more innovative and creative with the deployment of the IoT solution and concept in integrating or in everyday use with these items. And then I also talk about security. You have a lot of these devices now being made available in things like car trackers, in things like personnel trackers and all that, to help keep people safe, to help track their movements, to know where they're going to basically monitor them, usually for high assets or for high profile personnel usually. So these two areas basically.
So how ready is Nigeria or Africa as a whole in adopting IoT in their homes, in their houses?
Well, homes, and that's another section. My apologies, I forgot to mention that IoT is really spreading. That's the home. So you hear a lot of talk about smart homes. Samsung brings out devices. For example, I watched online where they launched their smart series of refrigerators. So imagine a refrigerator that actually does its own inventory keeping for you. So you're going out, you're at work, you're about to close from work, and then you get a message from your refrigerator at home that you're low on milk or you're low on on certain beverages or something. So those devices are already making their way into our homes. How ready Nigeria is, I think we are really ready. These devices are already making their way into our homes. Like I said, I am aware of a lot of smart homes that have already been deployed in Nigeria. We've been part of certain projects. Nigerians are embracing it. Well, sometimes for funny reasons. Sometimes Nigerians just love to be, trendy. They love to have the best of what's out there. They want to come home and, talk to their curtains, and the curtains open. They want to come home and talk to their door, and the door opens, or the light goes off, or, the color of the light changes and all that. Now, those kind of systems are being implemented as we speak. And the price points are usually not so high. Yeah, you have the really expensive ones, but you really have the ones that are quite affordable. And Nigerians are already implementing a lot of this. And I really see that in the nearest future, these technologies are going to be implemented large scale, in homes, in offices, all that infrastructure. Yeah.
CEO Limitless Technologies, Jesuefe Okagbare, thank you so much for joining us on Network Africa. Well, news just in says the NBC's Director General has praised the leadership of the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, led by Bond Chairman Mr. John Momo, for spearheading an initiative to synergize broadcast organizations and officials of the NBC to work out modalities which will lead to a final solution that suits the interests of all parties involved. And that's it on Network Africa. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Temitope Fagbemi.